Hi everyone. Hello, hello. Okay, we are going live. This is Crystal Thompson for Studio Katia. Welcome. Like I said, we're going live. Just waiting a couple minutes for some people to join us. I am popping this on Facebook Live for Studio Katia, along with YouTube. So whatever platform you're watching, welcome. Hi, Carrie. Thanks for hanging out with me this lunchtime. Where are you at? Where are you from? Let me know. What are you up to? Okay. Let's see. Everyone is here. Okay, guys, so this is a one-woman show, and I am gonna try my best to read everybody's comments and answer any questions. So again, this is Crystal Thompson. I am so excited for you to be here. We have a new release. Studio Katia just dropped a new release. I don't know if you saw it. It's our winter 2019. And so while I wait for everybody to kind of pop in, hello, Calgary, sweet. All right, well, I hope that you haven't got any snow yet. So Studio Katia is based out of Canada, but I, Crystal Thompson, live in Pineville, Wyoming, United States, and we've been getting some snow. So as we wait for people to hop in, let me show you the new release. So this is what we're gonna be using for today's shaker. So let me show you. I don't know if you guys have seen, we actually have a blog hop right now in which you can win a ton of prizes. And so let me show you this release. So I don't have a ton of cards made with it, but this is the Poinsettia Borders, and look how pretty. I ended up watercoloring this and then heat embossing. So that's that one. And then we have lots of gifts, and I don't have this one colored, but it's a really fun border. And if you like the Halloween ones or the birthday ones, it kind of goes along with it. And then we have the Happy Holidays, and so again, this is fully colored and just sweet little guys, and this is Copic colored. We have a die. Then we have another set. I'm telling you, I haven't used these guys, so I have another set of dies along with this beautiful shape. Hi, Anita. Hi, Scrap Fever. Hey, Joan. And then we have Happy Snowman, and again, obviously I haven't even opened it, but it's a beautiful stamp set. And then lots of stencils, guys. We have the Autumn Leaves, Mini Arcs, Love for Paws, which is going to go great with that other puppy stamp set. Snowfetti, how fun is that for a background? Mini Paws. And then we have Snowflake, Floral Snowflake, and actually these are from a previous release, so I don't know why they ended up. However, that's okay. That's the whole point of a live. All right, so we have people joining us. I'm going to put these aside. This is the new release that was released on Monday. Let me set those on the ground, and let me bring in what we are going to use for today's card. So we are going to use the Merry Christmas from the gift tag, and I really like this because this is perfect size to make all sorts of gift tags. And then we have the Snowflakes, and I popped out my stamps because I have them ready to go, but we're going to be using these guys to, one, create a pattern, and then two, to create a border, or excuse me, the shaker. And then we're going to need the glitter. So this is a brand new glitter. This is Frost, and it's just a really frosty glitter, perfect to apply it to look like snow. This is not new, but this is the April crystals, and I ended up using to embellish the outer part of the shaker. And then we have our matching snowflake dies. And then for paper, so you're gonna need a piece of acetate, and I like to keep my scraps, and my acetate comes with this little sheet, so I like to just keep it there to prevent any scratches on it, and it just makes it easier to show you guys on the video. And then for the cardstock, I got some glitter on it. I'm using the Stamping Up Real Red, and I'm matching the cardstock to the ink. It just makes it a lot easier. But you can use whatever cardstock you like or have on hand. And then I have a white piece of Neenah 110 pound that has been cut to be trimmed, and it's been trimmed and it's been matted. And then we're going to use the second strip for the sentiment, and we're going to heat emboss. For heat embossing, we're using our Simon fine white detail along with the embossing watermark ink. And then for some of the stamping, we're going to be using the Altenew crisp dye ink in limestone, which is a gray. So whatever you have for gray, all that's going to do is going to create a background on this white cardstock. So let's get started, guys. I'm going to set aside my red cardstocks, and we are going to begin by stamping on this and creating a pattern paper. So I love making my own pattern papers because it just makes it super easy to coordinate and then really place what you want, but mostly for color coordination. So this being alive, I will promise there will be some mistakes, and it's just kind of fun, right? It's crafting with friends. So if you are just hopping on, let me know where you're from. Are you guys at lunch? Are you at home? What are you guys doing today? It is Friday Eve, and I'm just super excited about the weekend. We are expecting lots of snow, so let me know what you guys are doing and what you expect for the weekend. All right, and oh, let me forget. There is a giveaway, guys. There's always a giveaway on our lives, so be sure to comment. Just let us know where you're from, what are you guys doing today, and be entered to win a gift card, and then I will contact the winner here at the end of the stream. Okay, so I have my stuff ready to go. Let me look over at my screen, make sure that I have you guys centered, and we're going to begin with the background stamping. So I'm going to ink this up, and as you saw, that my stamps are already stained because I use this red. There are some cleaners to remove that red ink, but as you can see, it's not affecting the stamping at all. So we're just going to do this in a random pattern, and then we're going to do some second generation stamping. What is second generation stamping? Is when you stamp it twice with the same leftover ink, and it just creates a very light image of stamping, and it just kind of allows you to really fill any of the, like little spaces that you might have without having to make it look super crowded. Okay, we're gonna go back to these beautiful snowflakes, and I really love these snowflakes. They're absolutely gorgeous. I think it'd be really fun to heat emboss them and then do some messy watercolor. It would make a super easy Christmas card. So I see that some of you ladies are already working on Christmas cards, or just starting, or are you guys still on Halloween? So what are you guys working on? Let me know. And if you guys are just hopping in, this is Crystal Thompson for Studio Cadia, streaming live from Pinedale, Wyoming. And that is in the United States. All right, so we've created this DIY background paper, and look how fun that is. And honestly, you just slap on a sentiment and be done. But we're not doing that. We are going to make a shaker card. All right, so next up, we're going to die cut this. So I have my dies, and because of some of the legal issues, I'm not going to show you the process of die cutting. I know, it's kind of stinky, especially for our craft community. However, I'm just going to show you what we're doing. So I'm going to use 3 snowflakes, and I know we're cutting out those beautiful stamping, but it's just going to match really nicely. When you're placing these down, I really encourage you to leave some space, especially on the edge. That way there's room to place the foam. So you might have to do just a little wiggling around. There we go. And then to hold it in place, I'm using my purple tape, and this is from iCraft. And I really, really encourage you to actually purchase tape, like the purple tape or the post-it tape that will come off, as opposed to trying to be economical and using just painter's tape, because it'll rip out your cardstock. So that's just one of the many lessons learned in card making. And we're just going to add this last little piece, and of course this is just going to hold it down. I'm using a Gemini, so I'm going to take this over there and have it cut just for a couple seconds. So let me show you my plate. So my sandwich is ready to go, and I'm using my economical tape to hold this together. And the reason why is that I don't like having to sandwich everything over and over and over. So give me a couple minutes. I'm gonna go and pop this over and die cut it. You might still be able to hear me. And I'm gonna read your comments as I die cut here. And all right, we're done. So I just want to let you know that all the products that we are using, this is not an endorsed sponsorship for products. This is simply just using stuff that we like to use, or that I specifically like to use and purchased. And as you can see, look how fun and easy that rolled off. And then you can use the same purple tape to hold your dies back onto your machine. So anyways, be sure to keep the negatives of the die cuts because we're going to use those as well. So we're going to do this last one and roll your adhesive. Don't pull it up or it will tear up your cardstock, even though it is made for paper crafting. And we're going to move all that over. Okay, so now we have these cuts and then we have the stamps. So what are we going to do next? We are going to stamp the back of this. So we're going to flip it over, and this is really going to allow us to use every piece of scrap, everything we have in our stock. Let's see. So I'm going to try to match these. So this one goes here, that one goes here, and I hopefully got the right one. I did. Okay, we're going to bring in our red cardstock or red inks. This is the real red water-based ink from Stampin' Up. And again, you can use whatever you like. This is just what I have on hand and what matches my cardstock. I'm going to read some of your comments. Yeah. Ooh, so today's the lawn fawn reveal. Oh, that's scary. That's always dangerous. Oh, fun Christmas cards. All right. I love reading your comments, guys. I don't ever want you to feel like I am ignoring you. Okay. So we're going to bring ink pad to stamp, and that way I know it's completely covered. And then we're going to stamp this down. I'm going to hold it for just a couple seconds and really allow that cardstock to soak up that color, and that way we get a very nice, clear and crisp stamp. So all the pieces, you know, you don't have these random little snowflakes. And, you know, even though we created that snowflake background, that's okay. It just, you know, it's on the other side. All right, hold that down. I'm gonna pull it up. And be sure not to smudge this. Whoa, wrong one. Be sure not to smudge it. I'm really good at smudging. As you can see, my fingers are already covered in the red ink. So wipe down your hands with baby wipes. That way you don't get any smudges. Guys, I'm gonna continue to move this down just so we can center this. And I'm gonna stamp. Oh, and this one's not gonna be perfect, but that's okay. It's gonna be hidden by glitter anyways, right? While that holds, and wipe down my hands. Okay. That's okay. We're gonna make it work. All right, we're gonna put this away. And now we're gonna begin the shaker process of this. So I'm gonna bring back this guy and we're gonna put down our acetate. So I'm gonna bring this over. I keep touching stuff. Okay, so this is what we're gonna do. You can do it two ways. You can either place your acetate and then cut, or cut and place acetate. I am terrible at measurements, so I'm going to place and then cut. So I'm gonna follow along the lines. And this is gonna create that window that allows you to make that shaker card. Continue on all the way through. I'm so glad you guys are here. I love making Christmas cards, and honestly, you guys really inspired what we're making today, because yet last week I asked, what do you guys want to do? And I had a huge response for shaker cards. So here we are. All right, we're gonna really get close to the edge. We're gonna press this down. All right, okay. And so now you can either bring in your paper trimmer, which is what I'm gonna do, or you can do it, you can hand cut it with your scissors. flip this over. And I'm gonna use the line. Sorry, I kind of bumped you there. And I feel like there's just a tiny, you know what, I'm gonna let that be. All right, so now you have your window, which was super, super easy to make, right? Hi there from Germany. What time is it over there? Why are you up so late? Okay, so I'm gonna bring the red cardstock. And so like I had said earlier, we had already trimmed this down so it would be matted down. So hard lesson learned. What I did when I was making that card, I added all the foam and then I was trying to match these guys and it was really hard. So what we're gonna do, no, wrong one. We're gonna bring back our purple tape and we're gonna touch it and remove a lot of the stickiness, and all this is gonna do is gonna hold down our snowflakes. And that way when you place it on your cardstock, it's gonna be somewhat even. So I mean, if it's not perfect, that's okay. You're gonna be able to see some of that beautiful red cardstock on the background of the shaker, which is just fine. So I'm just gonna roll this up, and now we have a full sticky side. Touch it down so it's not so sticky that it won't allow, oh, see, wrong one. But the sticky part on the acetate, and then place the snowflake. There we go. See? Live videos, live mistakes. So I can't wait to see what you guys are creating. If you're creating something with your Studio Cadia products, be sure to go post it on our Facebook page. If you're on Instagram, tag us, or hashtag, hashtag Studio Cadia, or tag us at Studio Cadia. And we love to see your creations and share those. And it just inspires everybody else, which is just layers of adhesive. Now we're gonna bring this back and we're gonna center that. Let me make sure I have you guys on the frame. There we go. And we're gonna press this down. And we're gonna lift very gently. And now you know that this is gonna match perfectly. So we're gonna remove this, we're gonna roll it up, try not to scratch that beautiful acetate. And now we can begin the part of adding foam. So for foam, I use just your normal generic brand of foam. You can use many different sizes. And so this is a thicker size. I'm gonna show you my little trick when you are using a one size fits all. Oh, it's not that late out in Germany then, huh? I was thinking there was like, I don't know, 4 a.m. All right, so I have, this is made by Cricut, but it's an X-Acto knife essentially. It's a blade knife. And so what I like to do is cut little strips. You can see I already have a couple strips cut. I don't know if it's coming through on the camera. So we're gonna do very carefully, we are going to slide the blade. And if you push too hard, you'll end up trimming the bottom part as well. And you can be very exact about the size of strip that you cut, or not at all, like myself. And now you have a strip, a thin strip of foam. And you can just cut it with your blade. So there you have it. So now we're gonna begin adding all this foam. So one of the biggest things I can tell you is that you really need to fill all the spaces. That way it creates, so you want to seal it. So I think we're going to start down here. And if you end up with a hodgepodge of shaping, that's okay. If you're wondering what that background noise is, that's my puppy. I have a 9-week-old chocolate Labrador that escaped her kennel just a minute ago. And I think she's on the couch, but I'm not going to go investigate. I'm just going to pretend she didn't do that. And that way, you don't hear me on camera. So you guys have pets? Do you guys include pets on your Christmas cards? Do you prefer, your traditional snowflakes, Santa, nativity scenes? Let me know, what do you guys do for Christmas cards? I don't make Christmas cards. Is that allowed? I can't send a photo one, and that's really all I do. Because
because we make cards all year long. All right, so by creating a really thin strip of the foam, what that's going to allow you is to be able to turn it. And so you can really do different, you know, like a circular shape. So see what I'm doing here? It's just creating that curve. And the closer you get to the edge of the snowflake, it's going to allow you to really have whatever it is that you're adding. In this case, we're adding glitter, but if you have like sequins, so they kind of do have some room to shake all the way up. I'm going to add right here. So I'm sure there's cleaner ways to do this. I really like to utilize what I have on hand already, hence the one size fits all foam roll. But it just really allows me to use what I got, right? Okay. So what do you guys do for your shaker? Do you buy all your... Oh, what happened to the sound? Can you hear me? Let's see. Yes, something has happened to the sound. All right, testing. All right, guys, I read you, but I don't know if you can hear me. My camera says you can hear me just fine. I don't know. Let's see. Worst case scenario, we unplug the microphone. So let me know if you can hear me. I don't know what happened. Maybe we had a little glitch there. But if I'm back, let me know. Okay. All right. So we've created this hodgepodge of foam. It's the echo. I'm going to unplug the microphone. Give me a second. All right, I unplugged the microphone. Let me know if you can hear me better now. So while that loads, I'm gonna trim this up. So now we have this full foam, so I'm gonna bring this back and I'm gonna add a huge strip and a strip here. And what that's gonna do is just gonna really solidify and create a nice base for the card, and it's not gonna be floppy. I'm gonna remove all the, okay, I'm glad it came back. Thank you guys. I'm trying. Technical difficulties, right? So on top of being card makers, we're also tech support. Okay, so we're gonna remove all this. So I hope that this little trick with the slicer of your foam will make it easier to make shaker cards. So that's kind of my hang up, is I wanna turn it and it won't turn because it's a really thick piece, or I can't create multiple color shakers. All right, so now the next thing to do, once we remove all the backing, is we're gonna place this on the card. So for this one, we are using glitter. We're using the brand new, newest release of the Studio Caddy glitter in the Frost. And so my thought was that I would add the glitter directly onto this, since we already have it ready to go in regards to sizing, and it'll be easier to be able to place it instead of having to try to blindly place the red cardstock over it. And this would be really fun to use different colors of glitter, or different colors of or different sequins or different gems, whatever it is that you're choosing to do. And like I said, it wouldn't be perfect, but as long as you have it centered, it would be close. So we're gonna really seal everything down. And let me show you, this is why I love lives, because things happen. These are handmade cards. Do you see my foam? I cut it way too close to the edge, and so I have some of that up there too. But that's okay, right? Let's see. There we go. My camera is being stinky now. All right. So now you have a shaker glitter card that is completely nicely sealed. Okay, Now we're gonna move on to the sentiment. So for the sentiment, we're gonna bring in that extra piece of that red cardstock, and we're gonna be using the Studio Cadia Gift Pack Greetings Winter. And move all this stuff. I'm gonna grab my acrylic block. And so we're gonna heat set this because I felt that the white would just pop onto the, the red would pop with the white background. Okay, and now we're gonna bring in my inks and this, and then let me grab my spoon. All right, so I actually got these little containers. I don't know, Canadians, you guys have TJ Maxx or Marshalls, and it's literally for food. But we've been, I think Jennifer McGuire came up with this idea about adding all your embossing powders onto it, and it does make it easy, and then we just use that pretty spoon. Okay, so we're gonna ink this up, and I'm gonna place it down, and then again, I'm gonna hold it just for just a couple seconds so it really absorbs that ink, and then we're gonna place the heat embossing powder, shake any excess, and then we're gonna bring in our heat gun. I'm gonna heat it up just a little bit, and then we're gonna come in from the bottom and heat emboss from the bottom. The reason why is that this is gonna allow you not to have the embossing powder to fly away, and then 2, you can see that it's been cooked, and then 3, you can see that it's not overcooked because white embossing powder does tend to kind of disappear on you if you overcook it or you overheat it, which is technically cooked at this point, right? That was my ink pad. Good thing it was closed. And again, we're gonna move some of these things. I'm gonna bring back my paper trimmer, and we're gonna cut the sentiment strip. All right, and we're gonna flip this around and try to even have matching sides, matching spacing on your sides. And there you have it. We're gonna place some of that foam. I'm telling you, this is why I buy generic foam, because I use it so much. The cool thing about it is that you can buy different thicknesses, and that will really allow you, if you buy different thicknesses but the same width, then you can just go in and trim it with your knife. So I'm gonna place this one right here. I think that's just really pretty. And then for embellishments, we're gonna be using the April crystals. You know, it'd be really cool as well as the red. You can do like a navy blue with silver. That would be really pretty. Then I'm gonna be using my Aqua Tombow glue, and I'm gonna do my crystals in sets of 2. And I like to add my adhesive first, and the reason why is that it really makes it nice and tacky, and it's just gonna grab it. Then I'm gonna be using my Crystal Katana. This is technically a nail tool, like a nail, you know, kind of to put stuff on your nails. However, it's been really fun to be able to place sequins or jewels or anything like that, just to really grab these itty bitty ones. Let me tell you, I love this April crystal mix because it has clear crystals, and then it has these beautiful iridescent rainbowy crystals. So, and then I really like that it's named Crystal. So we're at the tail end of this, guys, just finishing up our embellishments, and I want to thank you so much for joining me. Be sure to comment. We're entering all your names into a gift card for Studio Cadia. We used the newest release, Snowflakes, and I should have a link already ready to go below with it. And we used the dies, and they're absolutely beautiful, and they're really detailed. And honestly, you didn't need that many supplies to create the shaker. You needed snowflakes, the dies, your sentiment, and then some glitter. And then if you really want embellishment, your Studio Cadia April crystals. All right, guys, that's it for me. I am hopping off of this. Be sure to say hi, follow us on Instagram. If you are joining us on Facebook, go subscribe on our YouTube. If you're on YouTube, go say hi on Facebook. This is Crystal Thompson. Thank you so much, guys. Have an amazing day. Bye.